5 seasons, a pregnancy, a baby, toddlers running the house, and honestly, some of the most real conversations we've ever had. Today, we're wrapping up season 5 the way we started, with your questions. No filter, no fluff, and we're answering everything, including, honestly, when and how often are people actually having sex after having a baby? This is Baby Then What? Let's do it.
Welcome back to the Baby Then What podcast. I can't believe we're saying this, but we are wrapping up season 5. It feels like yesterday that we were planning it, and it's now time to take a little break. I know we love doing this weekly, but as Amanda said the other day, the summers are it's actually, I was like, it's impossible. We were trying to plan and like pick a date and do all the things, and
we just need a break.
Yeah.
We need a break to make it better for you for season 6.
And I think in keeping with our theme of being real and honest and raw, we're not going to sugarcoat it and be like, we have all this extra time. We don't. So rather than putting out crap that is not helpful and useful, we use our break. We're going to plan.
Exactly.
We are launching a Substack, which will a lot of content from us.
So we're not really going anywhere.
Yeah.
As we will still be on stories. You just won't see us in your Spotify for 8 weeks.
But we'll launch some old episodes just to keep you guys
in the loop to do. Like I did have a baby this season and haven't taken a mat leave. So this will be a cute little mat leave because they're actually insane with 3 kids.
I don't even know how you do it. I really don't. I'm like, yeah. Okay. One thing we were reflecting on, we're going to get into the Q&A in a second.
Yeah, we don't say about it.
Continue your burning questions. We will get there. So you can fast forward a little bit if you don't want to hear our spiel. But we were just like reflecting on the season and thinking about things that surprised us, things that, you know, were difficult or whatever. I think the thing that surprised me the most was how many first-time moms feel the same way. Like we get the same questions, the same comments, the same thoughts. Like you are all going through it together.
Yes.
And in the same way, although it's different, everyone's story is different, but like the sense of community and being able to help each other is like so huge. And I'm shocked that like it just continues to feel the same.
100%. But even when like you guys are asking questions and I'm posting it to stories and there's like thousands of you writing in, like when I even asked about like the tongue tie, like you guys sent me so much information that like if you have a question and you need us to like post it on stories for you to get an answer, you'll get a lot of messages of also different opinions on it. So like that was huge. When Andy was breech, you guys sent in a million things. When I was freaking out that I couldn't feel the baby because of the interior placenta, like there's so many examples of when I posted to stories, and there were so many of you that wrote in. So I want to say thank you, and I'm sure you also helped a lot of women. I know a lot of you also wrote in about the prenatal vitamins. Like everyone had so many different opinions that one thing doesn't work for another. So we love that.
Yeah. And the other thing I was thinking about too was how much we appreciate how honest you guys are. Like you give us feedback all the time on like content things, even like the sound is not good or but yeah,
we're really working on it.
We took production in-house,
but we're excited in September. So stay tuned.
Yeah. But thank you for keeping us honest and giving us real feedback. We appreciate it. It helps us make this better, keep us going. So keep doing that. And I don't know, do you have any other thoughts you want to share before we get to this Q&A?
I'm going to miss filming with Jesse this summer, but we're heading to the cottage next week with the kids.
Maybe we'll do a mini.
You could do like a mini of us. We can. We try. It might be like 5 minutes long and those little kids screaming.
Yelling at them.
Yeah, sure. But we'll try.
Okay, so let's kick it off with the Q&A. We've got a lot of burning questions. These are your last ones for 2 months. So where are we starting, Amanda? We have these new cue cards and
Yeah, I know. I'm struggling with the cue cards too. Because there's so many questions. I had to make sure I had everyone's questions. Okay, if we didn't get to your questions, don't worry. We received hundreds of them, and there was no way I was able to fit all of this into one episode.
Okay.
So some of the questions we couldn't answer today might be making it to your Substack this summer.
So if it's Substack or Stepstack?
So you're asking me? I think it's Substack, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun ideas.
Okay, before we jump into today's episode, I know it sounds so annoying, but it really does help us. It really does. If you've been loving Baby Then What, please make sure you're following and subscribed on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, and I will release the Substack soon, and we'll tell you to follow that.
Yeah. Okay, now just get into the questions. How is the 1 to 2-year-old stage? Is there anything specific you remember and any wisdom? Yes, I was just in it last summer. I'm just exited it this spring. It is a very tough stage. I'm not going to lie. I actually think that's the hardest stage because they're walking, they're starting to figure out their language, but they can't speak and they can't really communicate so effectively, but they have a lot of like inner passion, I'll call it.
Yes.
So I would say this is where your patience will be tested. You really have to take a breath. You know that your kid is not angry at you or purposely tantruming. I think the biggest issues are just trying to communicate and they can't. And they're frustrated.
So when they are on the ground tantruming, you're like this is like that. You just got to breathe, take it easy, and it will fade.
The only good thing about this age is that every tantrum is 2.5 seconds. Like,
It's fast, and you can also bridle at this age. As at 5 years old, the bridling gets much harder.
yeah, they figure it out and they're manipulating.
Yeah. You're like, we're not going to do this. And they're like, but you still are.
You know what I had to do yesterday? Because I would be like, you're not getting any birthday cake, which like, I'm not going to do it. I'm like, your slice just got cut in half. Because I can't take away the cake.
I love that you said bro. I started saying bro to them. I'm like, should we be calling our kids bro? Like, whatever. It's fine.
Okay, this question's for you. How is life with 3 kids?
Okay, so the beginning was a whirlwind, but I'm slowing down and I'm really enjoying this. So if you've been following along from the beginning with Jesse, I have spoken about how having my second kid was like the hardest thing ever. I had postpartum. It was brutal. It was pretty bad. I didn't enjoy it at all. I'm really enjoying this, but I'm like, I can't believe she's turning 11 weeks by the end of this week. Like, I'm like, we're going to film and I'm going to run straight to her.
It's
like,
it.
before I'd be like, I have to go and do a million things.
Yeah, you're enjoying it.
I'm really enjoying it because we're done.
Yeah.
Shop's closed. And it is easier for me because the 2 boys are doing everything together. So I don't know if you had 3 kids that are like 2 years apart or 3 years apart. So like that could be different boys and girls. But for my journey, it is amazing right now because it's kind of like I have 2 kids because I have 2 buckets. I have 2 buckets, like 2 kids that are together and one that's separate.
But I was saying, you're also taking a break from the podcast because you're so fucking busy.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I told Jesse, like, we need a break. I couldn't. Like, Jesse's like, you need to do a solo episode. And I was like, I honestly can't. I can't. Because at this point right now, I also want to hang out with her.
Right.
And then that would take away time from that. So if you want a 3rd kid, kudos to you. I'm all for it. But it is a lot of work. Yeah.
Is 2 under 2 really as terrible as everyone says? That's a you question. Because
I didn't have that either. I had the 3 started for me.
No, are you with 2 under 2? What do you?
Oh, I did have 2 under 2. It's 2 under 2. It was terrible as everyone says. No, not at all. It's definitely harder in the beginning. You basically have 2 babies doing everything. But once it gets to a certain age, I always tell Jesse, like, my life is so much easier now. Like, Jesse was still in the stage where, like, one was doing one thing and one was doing the other. Like, you're in that now where they're together. But I had that much faster. So, no.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Okay. There you go. Toddler tantrums help. Someone asked me this the other day. I said, I'm like, you need to know that they are not trying to do it on purpose. Like, they just don't know how to communicate in a way that, like, you understand. Like, think about you at your words. Are you nice? Are you cranky? Are you rude? Are you hangry? They all have the words. So what I would say is be patient. Get on their level. Obviously, if it's a safety thing, you step in right away.
Of course.
But if it's not a safety related thing, I usually just let them ride it out in a safe way. Like, if they want to tantrum on the fucking floor. And then when they're done, then you deal with it.
Arlo never did that. Ace did, though. Like Ace would, like, get on the floor and start flailing, and then he'd be over it.
Yeah. So you just got to let it ride. All right. Last one. How do you deal with daycare doing things you don't necessarily agree with when they're your only option?
That's a great question.
That's hard.
It is really hard. Usually, like, well, from my experience, like, before I sent both my kids, they were like, can you give me the routine? It's like, what do your kids like to do? But you'll remember at the end of the day, like, it's not just your kid there.
Yeah.
So, like, they had their own, like, rules and regulations and, like, how they deal with it. But, like, I'm sure if you talk to them, like,
yeah, you should definitely start with a conversation and explain what you're not okay with. They might tell you to go fuck yourself, or they might help you.
Yeah.
It really depends what it is.
Yeah. Just try your best. But at the end, they do have to remember there's probably at least 10 children. So they have to kind of figure it out for everyone.
And then, I mean, if it's your only option, then that's, you don't really have another course. But I would just say, like, I would just be really vocal, especially if you're paying them money. Like, they're taking your money, they're taking your kid. Like, they should have some measure of respect for something that you need.
Yeah.
Okay, pregnancy ones.
Okay, and trying to conceive.
Okay.
My baby just turned 1 and I'm 6 weeks pregnant. I'm excited, but also terrified. So I did that and I totally get it. My baby just turned 1 and I'm 6 weeks.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, well, she's sick.
6 weeks. You thought she was 6 weeks pregnant and she was pregnant again?
I was nothing.
I don't know where your brain was going there.
The motto.
I was 6 months post.
You were young.
Yeah, sorry. Arlo was 6 months and I found out I was pregnant. I actually wasn't terrified. I was like, this is going to be funny. Don't be terrified. It's going to be fine. Promise. Like, I don't really have much to say to that, but it's going to be fine.
How do you deal with gestational diabetes in your first pregnancy? Either of you experience it. I personally did not.
I did not, but I had a couple friends that did. I feel like the OBs or midwives or whoever you're using are pretty good with that. They tell you every single thing. And most of them, as soon as they gave birth, it was completely gone.
I would say like if it's similar to like regular diabetes, you just have to really control it with diet and exercise. Obviously, exercise pregnant is not everyone's first choice some days, but I think diet definitely could be something that you could consider as a way to manage it and not like go crazy.
Okay. Thoughts on taking SSRIs during pregnancy? We got so many questions of this and we've spoken about it on the podcast. No. But a lot of people wrote in some saying like, what were your thoughts on it? And then actually this is where it goes back where a lot of you guys wrote in, we were on it. It was totally fine. Again, Jesse and I are not doctors. So everything we say is just from our experience or what you guys have written in or from our experience with our friends. People that have taken it said that they were great. The women that wrote in said it was okay. But again, you talk to your OB.
It's a good point that you said that because someone wrote a comment on an earlier episode being like, I love this podcast, but like, don't take everything they say at face value.
Of course not.
And I was like, yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Like, this podcast is to help give you ideas as your starting point. Like, don't take this as gospel. But I do think that like doctors will tell you only one opinion or yes thing. So when you come to a podcast like this, you can hear a lot of different ideas and opinions and then take that information and go figure out what works for you.
Exactly. Drop the mic.
What were your earliest pregnancy symptoms? I felt implantation. Well, I felt the fucking egg burrowing in my uterus. That was a crazy symptom.
Yeah.
Or experience. What were you?
I was fucking tired. I was extra tired because we're all tired. We're all moms. We're all tired. As soon as you pee on that pregnancy stick, you're tired for the rest of your life. I was craving junk food, like in the photo. Like, yeah, ass. They're just like weird ass. Like, I never eat Doritos. I was like, I need a Dorito and like chocolate. And it was all 3 kids. I was like, something's up. So yeah, to me, that was that. And obviously, you missed your period.
Yeah. Have either of you ever had a positive ovulation test before you missed your period?
Yes.
I don't even know if I tested ovulation. I was like...
Positive ovulation test before you missed your period. So like right before. You're talking about like you ovulated, that you can have multiple ovulations. So if this sounds like someone, I'm not quoting you, but it sounds like you could be someone who has PCOS or irregular periods. Because yes, before conceiving Arlo, I actually had like 3 different points in my cycle where I had a positive ovulation test, but I just wasn't even ovulating. And like my cycle was just going crazy. So I would for sure go ask the doctor.
Interesting. Okay, preparing for baby number 2. Besides restocking supplies, what should you actually do to prepare for baby number 2? This is a great question. I would say the first thing is get your team in place.
Yes. For number 2.
Like you need a team for number 1 so that you can be on number 2. Like your team could include your husband, your family, your in-laws, night nurse, nanny. I mean, night nurse won't help with number 2.
No.
I mean, 1. But you basically need all hands on deck on that first kid so that when the second kid comes, you have the space to figure it out again. But yes, as much as you remember, breastfeeding is not like, it is like riding a bike, but you still have to get on the fucking bike and relearn it again.
Yeah, that's every fucking 2 hours.
Yeah, so you need that. And then
you never know how your postpartum's going to go. You can like think it, you could do it. You never know what's going to hit. Like, as we said, like my first one was amazing. Your first one was good. No?
Yeah.
My second one was horrible. It was so hard. And this one, like we had a full plan check. I hated everyone with this one.
Yeah, everyone. We need all hands on deck. Get your team ready. Whether they're going to be doing cooking, cleaning, watching the older kid, taking the older kid to programs, taking the older kid to just playing with the older kid, giving them attention, anything.
It's going to help you.
And then you also can enlist some support for the baby too, so that you have a little bit of time for the older kid. But it's your time is what you don't have to have your second kid.
Yes.
All of the other stuff, like you can fucking Instacart things or Uber Eats stuff if you really need food. Bring a meal.
Send meals, but
it's your time.
Yeah.
That you don't.
And restocking supplies, like you know what you're doing. You already had a kid. Boy, girl, boy. My girl is in all my boy clothes. I put a little cute pink bow on her and call it a day. So you do also can repurpose all of your supplies that you have unless you sold it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to postpartum. Thoughts on breastfeeding in public. I fucking love it. I did it all the time.
But not right away. No, not with our first kid. So I feel like this is someone, and I laugh now. When I was typing this in, I was like, this is so funny because it just happened. Like in the first kid, no fucking way. No, I would have like the clop on top and the this on top and like, no, like ran away or like I would be like at my friend's house and like in the corner. Now, I was at the fucking doctor's office. There were literally 4 men there. I didn't give a fuck. My mom was dying. I literally was like, you're hungry? Shirt up on the boob.
Literally.
Who gives a shit? Firstly, all these men have seen boobs too.
Yeah. I think it's also like your familiarity and comfort with doing it. So like in the first baby, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You have no idea how to breastfeed. They're probably not latching properly. You're doing the pump because you think you have to do the pump. So you're doing all the things. Yeah. Versus the second one, I was like, I want to breastfeed my baby a boob. So I figured it out. And then once you figure it out, it's so easy.
Yeah.
So then it's literally lift the shirt, stick them on the boob. In the first one, you're like, how do we do it again? Like you're like trying to get it in the mouth.
With the sheet on top or with the thing on top, just let those titties out.
Literally. Wow. Okay. So when does the part of hair loss actually start and does it ever end?
Mine's starting right now. So I am, yep.
Does it start after breastfeeding's done?
I don't know. I can't, you might know that more than me because I breastfed with Arlo for 4 weeks and then these 2 kids for 8 weeks. These 2 kids. The other 2 for 8 weeks. I am reaching 11 weeks and my hair in the shower is starting to come out in chunks.
I think it does end though. Like my hair loss ended. Like I don't have.
Mine never ended.
Really?
2 years later. So I became pregnant with Andy 2 years, like 2 years postpartum.
But you're always going to have hair loss. It's just like not the clumps.
It won't be clumps. They'll have hair loss. Yeah, the clumps are going to start Friday.
Now since I was little, my hair would come out in the shower a little bit, but it's not like the postpartum hair loss is like
clumpy. Jesse's right. But I lost no hair though, pregnant.
That's crazy.
Nothing. It was like I had the best hair ever.
It was funny. Honestly, when and how often are people having sex after a baby? I mean, let's go with time frames. I think 0 to 6 months is like rare. 6 to 12 months, potentially more if you are horny and feeling good. Honestly, for me, it was dictated by like how my body felt. 100%. The better I felt, doesn't matter. Do it. The grosser I felt, I was like, this is just not for me.
So fair.
I would say in the first year, it was like rare. I would say year 1 to 2, much more frequent in terms of like
fair.
What's a lot these days?
Once a week is like, whoa.
I think that's a lot.
Whoa. Yeah.
It's like, but you know, you're like, no, there's no daily sex anymore.
No, there's definitely no daily sex.
Like that was like your dating age.
Daily sex. I'd have heard it was like sex 2 times a day. We have time to do that. There's no time. On vacation.
Yeah.
On vacation, you can have, if you're on a vacation, you can have sex daily.
Yes, 100%.
Without your children.
Yes, that is true. But yeah, I would not be stressed about it. And if it's something that's
talk to your partner.
Thank you.
Talk to your partner. That's the biggest thing, honestly, Jesse and I want you to take away from all of our episodes is that talk to your partner. It honestly has helped us so much.
Yeah. And in our Substack coming up, we're going to tell you how we use AI as our relationship coaches.
Yes. And it really does. That's so good. And it really has helped. So stay tuned for that.
Okay. This question kills me. I feel it. How do you know when you're done having kids? Fuck. It's so hard. I read something the other day that really helped me that was like your heart could feel like you could have 5, 6 kids, that you have room in your heart for more kids, but maybe like your body or your like financial situation or your life circumstances just can't increase your family size. So it's really tough to have two worlds not aligned.
I think that it's a very like to me it's okay, I have 3 kids and I'll look at Josie and I'll say I'm done, but like I would have 4 more.
Yeah.
Like if I could, I would have 4 more.
Yeah.
I totally would. But like
You have a physical.
like physically, and I just can't. Like it's just like it's completely impossible to have more. It's financially impossible to have more. It's everything. You just you can't. But I don't understand these women that are like, I'm done. Like I would never want to have another kid.
Yeah, I know. I wish I felt that.
So I have 3, and I still would have like 8.
So I don't know if you ever really, I think the problem is I don't think you ever really feel like you're done having kids because your kids grow up and then they change. Like I'm in that right now where my older son is turning 5 and I'm like,
No, I'm not.
I need to have more kids because like he's not my baby anymore. And I'm like mourning that like baby stage. So I think you're always going to feel that way. But at the same time, you're like, you're going to make a decision to have another baby, which is literally less than a year, but then you have a kid. Like, it's just so.
And it goes by so fast. And they always say it like, you just wish you had like 1 extra day with like your other kids as a newborn and as like a baby. And that's why you take a million of the videos. Like I'll go back and like, there's a video where we're going, Mama. And I'm like, I need 10 more of you.
Yeah, literally.
But like, we can't.
No. Okay, what do you do if you desperately want another baby, but your partner feels completely done? I'll tell you what not to do is to not trick him into having an extra one because we know someone that did that.
Yeah.
Didn't go so well.
No.
That's really tough.
It is really, really hard. But at the end of the day, like let's start with, it took me and Adam like almost like a year. Like we were honestly arguing about like, he was like, he wanted one, but he was just like, not yet. And I would literally call Jesse like bawling my eyes out being like, but like, what does not yet mean? Like what, like 5 years from now, you're going to be ready? And like, that's really hard.
It's also hard as the woman because you're the one that has to go through it. So like, even me now, I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm gonna have to get pregnant again and I have to like go through postpartum again. And I'm gonna have to like, it's a mental thing that you need to prepare for. So like, if I am gonna go through it, I'd like to know. If I'm not gonna go through it, I'd also like to know. But like, it's really hard. Someone came on the podcast early and was like, I had to choose between like having a 3rd kid and my marriage.
Yes.
Like that's
Yes.
ultimately the choice is that if you and your partner are not fine. But at the same time, like you can't go through life resenting them. Like you have to make the decision together as hard as it is. And you both have to be aligned. And I go back to what I said before that like, if you're going to always want to have more kids and you're never going to feel fully satisfied. And then you just have to learn to sit with that discomfort and like,
Love what you have.
Exactly.
But there's nothing, right?
Yeah.
Well, Jesse's in that right now.
Exactly. Except for me and my husband are both wishy-washy.
You're like, we want one, and then we don't want one.
Yeah. Both of us.
Yeah.
I go through both things, and I'm more on the want. He's more on the don't want.
Right.
And some days I'm like, fuck no.
I think you guys will. I think it's going to be in a year from now.
And some days he's like, hell yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. You know, my witchcraft. I did degree.
So let's just start with that. But not, I want to go back. There is so hard.
That's literally how I felt before. I was so fucking fit before Andy. Like, gross. I looked at myself. I was like, you were hot. Like, you looked good. Like, I was pregnant in Vegas for my friend's bachelorette. I never looked better in my day. But I was 6
I feel you did.
But it was amazing. And now,
I'm not vain. Obviously, I want a kid more than I care about my kids because I will be.
But it takes a lot of helping work.
But I'm like more annoyed that I like between each pregnancy have like gotten so back into shape and then you have to start again from scratch. If you have a male trainer, they're like, what? I'm like, you don't understand. You have to build your body from scratch.
Yeah, I just trained and he was like, can you get on the ball and do core? I was like, I don't have a fucking core.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you like? I was like, there's nothing there. I was literally staying there, like literally like this. Like, I don't understand. I was like, there's a fucking baby in there.
You know, it's crazy. And you get fat in places that you don't think you were going to. Anyway, I'm going to do also a whole thing on like postpartum workout and stuff and things that have worked for me.
And every year it gets fucking harder. This pregnancy was so much harder on me. This postpartum, the losing weight, I went back. Like, side note, because Jess is really going to get into it, but I tracked my weight loss with both kids. I have all the numbers. I have the months. I have lost at this point with the other 2 kids at least an extra 8-9 pounds.
Wow.
Like at the point where I'm at, like 11.
I agree with you. I had my first kid at 30 and my second at almost 33.
Yeah.
And it took me by 9 months with 30, I was like back in normal body type. It took me over 2 years.
Yes. So
over 2 years. Yes. So 33. Good luck at fucking 36 to me because that's how old I'll be.
Yes, it's really fucking hard. So I'm getting to 11 weeks and I have no problem, and I'll say it to you guys because you love the transparency. I have 25 pounds to lose. which it's going to take a lot of time. But at this point, like I'm almost, let's say almost 3 months postpartum.
But the best tip we can say is like, don't let that cloud your enjoyment of your summer and your.
So that was the best part. I took videos yesterday with my kids in my fucking bikini and I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I actually don't care.
I'm gonna post videos of me 4 months postpartum this summer that I was like still breastfeeding. I was not gross, but like it was not cute and I was very uncomfortable in my skin.
Yes.
But I just was like, what am I gonna do? Wear a muumuu all summer?
I wore my sexy yellow
hot.
bikini. It was
hot into.
my kids were giggling, and your kids don't know if you are 700 pounds or 10 pounds. They don't know the difference. They just want to hang out with mommy.
Yeah. And if you're in your head the whole time, it's gonna ruin it.
No.
Okay, next. Would you guys ever do a live tour or meeting brief?
So many people want.
Really?
Yeah. I go through a lot of the DMs and then I give Dusty the rest.
Really? I answer a lot.
She does.
But I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Where should we go?
Yeah.
That's a better question. So where should we go? We have done those events. So we have met a lot of you in Toronto, but where should we go? I honestly was thinking Montreal.
Okay.
I know there's a lot of you in Montreal.
Let us know.
We're also in Miami. So let us know if you're in Miami in the winter.
That's a good point.
Right?
That's a very good point. Okay, I have no idea where we are.
We're at what's next? We are on our last. Although season 5 is coming to an end, Baby Then What is definitely not. We're also laughing that a lot of you wanted pregnant bitches to be back. We are always here. We agree. Some brands were like, it's a little too intense for us, but
Ultimately, fuck the go.
But we will be back in September with brand new guests. Our husbands definitely need to make a comeback because I feel like the last time we had them, it was right after you gave birth. And like, I feel like we need Adam's response. And I want to ask Josh, like, what his plan is with baby number 3, but like me asking. Yeah, not you. Yeah. Topics we never covered before. If there is a burning topic, send it in. I promise you we probably have already done it. So I will try and send it over to you. And a few surprises that we can't wait to share. So we're taking a little break from
sort of
podcast. So it's been nuts, but we are launching our Substack. Think of it as your bonus Baby on what content.
And we're gonna, some of the same stuff that we talk about here, we're gonna talk about there.
Yes.
And other things that like don't really make sense in like a podcast format.
Not more of like a blog.
Yeah, Substack
Is a blog.
It is a blog. Okay, it is a blog, and with like links and this and that. And so if you guys, one thing we were thinking was if you have like questions about products and you want us to compare different products, like that's really good in a blog that you could read, and then we could link stuff. So send in things like that and we could for sure review them and talk to you guys about that. And honestly, we're not really like a huge sponsored content crew. So our reviews are very honest and they're not really like someone paid us to say something.
Right.
So send it.
And if someone is paying us to say something, we A, will tell you, and B, only take on the ones that we truly believe in. So if you're scrolling through anything and you see a paid ad, like we really thought it through before doing it.
Agreed.
Last thing, people want merch.
Okay.
People really want
Give them
people what they want. So we want to know. Well, I know a lot of you are like, when I posted that about like, the hearts on the Instagram, like I was like, whoa, what kind of merch? So like crew necks, t-shirts, hats, let us know. And do we want BTW, Baby Then What, or like should we bring back some pregnant bitches merch? Let us know.
We're into the pregnant bitches. And also people said, put sayings that we always say. But then we were like, what are
our sayings?
We must have them.
Please let us know what our sayings are. I want to know if I have a say. And also with that, please let us know what you would actually buy. Like we don't need to like
make crap.
Make the sake of crap. Exactly.
Like I think it may be a hat, or I like a coffee mug, a tote bag.
A coffee mug?
What?
Yeah, okay.
You don't like a coffee mug?
No, I want to go for I go for like a nice crew neck with like a joke saying.
Okay.
But we'll get just coffee.
This is why we're two different people.
You don't like a coffee mug? Like, before we go, we want to say thank you one more time. Whether you've been with us since day 1 or you just found us on this last episode of Season 5, you've got lots to listen to. Thank you for choosing to spend every week with us, even though sometimes we don't give it to you weekly because it's insane over here.
Yeah, that's just reality. And we hope you guys have a great summer. Stay cool. Enjoy your babies. Enjoy your kids being home. It's going to probably be a long one.
And if you're pregnant for the first time, good luck to all your births. I'm so excited to hear about them. You can always send me a DM, send Jessie a DM. If you ever have any questions For us, our DMs are always open. We might not respond right away, but we eventually do respond, as you guys know, because you keep sending it in. We will see you in September for season 6. Don't forget, please hit follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and keep your eyes peeled because our Substack is launching very soon. And trust us, you're not going to want to miss what's coming next. We love you and we'll see you in September.
Bye, guys.